Hi guys, and welcome to my HighScope preschool environment presentation. I had the pleasure of going into the Child Learning Center at Harper College and took just a variety of photographs of their learning environment, so you guys had a chance to see what an appropriate HighScope preschool environment looks like, both the outdoor environment and the indoor environment. Again, the Child Learning Center at Harper College is a newly certified HighScope program, and they are just doing exceptional things in that program. So I'm excited to share with you the photographs and go through all of the information to help you really start to understand and visualize what an appropriate HighScope preschool learning environment looks like. So let's get started. First, we're going to take a look at the outdoor learning environment. This is a slide of the outdoor learning environment, one of the parts of the playground. As you can see in this part of their playground, they just have a picnic table under a tree. This is a place where they could do a small group if they wanted to. It's a place where they could have a snack. Children could bring drawing materials or games over there to engage in on that picnic table, or just a place for children to socialize. So there is a lot of different opportunities that just having that picnic table there provides, and it's nice because it's under a shade tree, so it's just a really nice, pleasant, peaceful area on their playground. This next slide here, you can see they have a sandbox. You can see a play structure too in there, and another picnic table. You can also see bikes in the background that goes around a sidewalk, which is a learning track. So this sidewalk goes all around the perimeter of their playground, and it acts as kind of a bike track there for the students. So you can see there's all different types of resources here in the sandbox for them to explore with. Again, here is a play structure for them to climb and slide and just get all kinds of great large motor activity on the playground. Here is another better picture of the play equipment, so you can see all the different obstacles that it has in it. So again, just a really great large motor structure for the students on the playground. This picture is of their block storage shed. So not only do they have blocks inside the classroom, they have blocks outside of the classroom too, that they can build with. So they have these really neat carts here that they can load the blocks up on and take them wherever they want to, since they are a bit heavy. And this is just a great storage shed so that they can be put away, and the weather doesn't have to get to them whenever they're not using them on the playground. You can see this is just kind of a wide shot of part of their playground area. Right here are the two classrooms in the Child Learning Center. There's one classroom here and another classroom here, and they have an access outside to the playground. Here's just some storage for different things on the playground. You can see they have a little drying rack here and an art easel in case they wanted to do some art projects. Let me get close-ups on some of these other shots. Part of that last picture you saw this. This is a sensory table, and they can stick water in here, and it can go down this little I don't know what you want to call this, and then it would go into this table, so they can do a lot of different explorations with that water table. Again, another picnic table here for students to be able to sit at, engage in work, talk, whatever they like to do. Lots of different opportunities on this playground. Another thing they have on the playground are some musical instruments. Again, just another opportunity on the playground. What they want to do is make the outdoor environment have just as many opportunities as the indoor play environment. So they have art outside, they have water outside, they have sand play, they have large motor, they have music. So there's just all kinds of opportunities for students to have to engage in an outdoor classroom experience as well. Again, here's just a close-up of that storage that they have outside. So again, teachers can pull materials. These are storage bins here that they have locks on to keep other materials that they might pull out on other days, depending on what types of activities the children are interested in, or maybe what types of things that they're talking about in the classroom. Here's another picnic table. You can see it's set up and it has a couple clipboards there, has some art supplies, so it looks like some students were actually out there engaged in some sort of art. It's nice to have clipboards and paper on the playground in case children want to sit down and sketch. Again, just having a lot of different opportunities for students to engage in activities outside. This picture shows kind of a wide shot of the playground as well. You can also see that there's some little planter boxes here for some science, so the students can plant flowers and herbs and vegetables, whatever they want to plant there, and also have some responsibility of taking care of those little planter boxes as well. And then here's another picture of that bike track. You can see there is a line and an arrow to show the students which direction they need to go, which side of the track they need to drive on. So just beginning to help them understand the rules of the road when they are driving their bicycles as well. So that was the outdoor learning environment. So I hope you were able to determine the components that make an appropriate HighScope outdoor learning environment. So let's switch gears now and let's head indoors to the indoor learning environment. When you first walk into the classroom, there's actually two classrooms in the two classrooms in the Child Learning Center. One is an extended day program and one is more of a half-day preschool program. So I'm taking pictures. So all these pictures that you'll be looking at are from the extended day program. So when you walk into the classroom, the first thing that the parents have to do is to check their students in. So right when you walk through the door, there's a check-in area for the parents. You can see there's a sign-in area here and folders to check if they had any notes that need to go home that the parents need to pick up. In addition to the parent check-in area, there's also a student check-in area. So this is a great literacy center. So in addition to allowing students to check in for the day, it also has different elements there where they can go and write and draw and send letters and do whatever they want in the writing center there. But you can see right here these you can see these cards here have the student's name on them, and then they have a picture which is called a letter link. So each student has a picture that is associated with their name. The picture starts with the same sound that the first letter of their name makes. So in the morning they come in, they sign their name on their card. They have to find it so it has their name recognition, their picture recognition, and they have to sign their name. If they can't write their name properly, that's okay. They just write whatever letters they can, or if they can't write any letters yet, they just draw whatever they want on there. But again, it's a way for them to start to learn that process and to get some exposure to writing and some pre-literacy skills as well. You can see right here on the right here, this little mailbox, the sign-in mailbox. There's just another little vantage point of that writing table, that check-in table as well. And here's that mailbox. So every morning after they sign in, they put their little name card in there. So you can see all those little name cards in there. And you can see this little boy, his name is Jacob. And you can see he tried to write his name there, and it's not perfect, but it looks really awesome for the stage of development that he's in, and with practice every day, him coming into school, he's going to have that in no time at all. The next thing I wanted to point out is the message board. So within the classroom, the way that they structure their day in the morning when the students come in, they have a morning meeting. During that morning meeting, they use this message board to communicate messages. So as you can see, there's pictures and letters and some words there to help the students understand what's going to happen for the day. You can see that this week here that shows that on Monday they didn't have school. It was Labor Day, so the school was closed. So they shows that they're here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they have a little house picture around Saturday and Sunday, so the kids know that they're home those days. The second message for the day is talking about the letter R. So the focus in the classroom, I'm guessing, for the week is talking about the sound the R makes. So again, they have a picture here next to that to help them connect the letter to a sound. So R makes the sound of rhino. The third message is about a jacket. So they have a nice picture of a jacket. The teacher that does this message board is an amazing artist. Not all teachers are going to have this artistic ability, so don't be discouraged if you're not quite this artistic and your messages are not quite as detailed. But the third message was a jacket, so communicating to the students that the weather is a little chillier today, that they do need to wear their jacket outside whenever they go out for outdoor playtime. The fourth message talks about how there was a new friend in the classroom, and so they have her name and just a little picture so they can introduce her. And then they have some information about station cleanup and rotation for today. So, and you can see they have different pictures so that children know exactly what centers these are based on these pictures, because they always use the same pictures to communicate that station in the classroom. So that's a message board option, and we'll be talking about that a little bit more this semester as well. But this is just an example of how they communicate messages in the morning, just to prepare the students for what's going to happen if there's a change in the day or some new information that they need to know. You can see here part of the rug where they have their greeting time in the morning. You can also see up here the daily schedule. So you can see that they have pictures for each time of the day. It flows with each component of the day and how it runs. And then you can see that there's a clipboard or a little clothespin here. So the student, they probably have a student that has the job that's responsible for that part of the day and gets to clip that clothespin on whatever part of the day they're on, so that the students know where they're at in the daily routine. You can see here that the pictures I just had of the daily routine or the schedule is right here, and that message board is right here. So this is a big carpeted area where they meet for their greeting time, but it also doubles as their block area. So you can see it's a nice, large, carpeted space, so they can spread out and build. Lots of different items there in the block area. Here's some close-ups of some of the resources. You can see they have lots of different types of blocks to build with, different sizes. Lego blocks. They also have different things like people and community workers and furniture that they can put in their structures. Here's animals that they can use to put in their structures. And then here's some additional blocks and train tracks and different structures that they can use to put in there as well. And you can see too that the teachers have books about the different things in the content areas within these shelves. So these are all books about trains that go along with the train tracks in case children wanted to look at pictures of the train tracks as they're building. So again, you'll see within those shelves that there's always books and literacy components intertwined within all of that storage. And there's just another shot of all of those resources as well. Also within that block area there is a woodworking table, so this is an area where children can go. Teachers may put different resources and materials there on any given day to give them some opportunities for woodworking as well. And also within that big carpeted area, they do have a shelf for musical instruments. So again, you'll see that all of the materials are accessible to the children. The shelves are open, they're low, they're labeled so the children know exactly what the items are and where the items belong once they need to be cleaned up. So all of these items are accessible to the children. The teachers don't tell them, no, you can't have access to this. If it is on the shelves and at their level, then they are able to access it at any time of the day. Another area of the classroom is the book area. So here's one picture of the book area. There's a structure that takes you into it. Here's another picture of the other side of the book area. So you can see there's a small table there, there's plants, there's pillows, there's a computer there, lots of books, different seating options, pillows to make it cozy if they just want to curl up with a book. So that is the book area in the classroom. There's also this little puppet show stand here, so that's another option that they have when they're in the book area. They can tell stories and act out stories there. This is a picture of one of the fine motor table toys shelves in the classroom, so you can see that there's puzzles there, magnetiles, different marble runs there. So this is just another shelf that is in the classroom. It's very near to the woodworking table in the block area, so if children want to either go to this table behind to do these things, they can, or if they want to work on the carpet, they can do that. So it gives them a different option as to where they want to work with those items. As you can see, they have a very elaborate house area, nice and cozy with a couch and a couple of chairs and some rugs. Here's another picture, kind of looking further away, that you can see the house area within the classroom. Here's some of the resources within the house area, so lots of different cool things, little mint containers and phones and wallets. Here's a shelf that has all kinds of food things on it that they can play with, and you can see that they have actual empty food containers that people have cleaned out and donated to bring in so the children can actually work with real life materials, which is such a great thing to do in a classroom. There's the little fridge and oven and sink that they can use in the house area. And then you can just see the baby dolls and the dresser drawer and all the real pots and pans and the vases with flowers. So lots of just different elements so that their imaginations can run wild whenever they are in the house area, just to be able to